Hi YouTube, this is Derp. I am the head representative of Derp Nation Entertainment. Not quite yet, but hopefully soon to be .inc. And today I'm making a video about Outer Game. Right. Yesterday I made my very first value giving video on Solo Game, and I didn't really want to go too into detail on Outer Game because I just want to focus on the general idea of how to have a really good time um, going out by yourself. So today I'm making another video on Outer Game. So if you watch my video, you might ask like, I get the general concept, but I'm still feeling like I'm missing some information on how to really run a really good set. And I totally understand where you're coming from because I had the same question when I just started doing pickup. So to help you with that, this is what this video is for. So this video will be purely this is everything I know. This is everything I know, and hopefully this will help. Right? Hopefully this will help. First, you want to become the challenge, right? You have to become the challenge. That's the most basic foundation of building raw attraction is that you become the challenge to the girl. And to do that, all you really have to do is just talk to every girl in the club or at the bar, right? So basically you become a challenge because all of a sudden you have options. That's how you become a challenge, is that you have options, right? So you want to do that. And number two, you want to demonstrate value in set, right? You want to show her that you're a sex worthy man. So all that I really have to do with that, you have to make sure your body language is good. You have to make sure you have to make eye contact, right? You have to make sure the eye contact you're making is legitimate, right? It's like a very smooth and warm sensation for the girl. And then it's just like it depends on the time, it depends on what you're talking about. It's just a couple, it's like 2 to 6 seconds, right? 2 to 6 seconds depend on what you're talking about. Right? That's how you really make a real connection. It's not actually what you say, it's the eye contact, right? It's actually very simple. It's actually very simple, right? Three. Okay, so now you open the set, right? You open the set, you build attraction, and then what's next, right? Well, you recommend to do stuff together at the club so you can have fun, right? Because I'm talking about Solo Game in my other video. It's all about like, oh, having fun, having fun, having fun. So what exactly is having fun? Well, this is what you can recommend stuff to do together, aka leading, right? You can go play Jenga, right? If you're at a bar, there's probably like Jenga, it's like card game, right? They will have like all these games, and you can go play that with her. And then if you drink, then you can go grab a drink together, right? I usually don't drink, and sometimes I even do that, right? So you can go grab a drink together, you can go dance together, right? And you can go meet other new people, or you can simply go check out another venue, right? All of these are really fun things to do throughout the night. Next, now you're inside, right? You're going to do stuff together, and then you're trying to make the vibe even better, right? So how do you do that? Well, you make jokes, right? You make jokes. So just a couple of jokes that I personally like to use. So I'm just going to say these, right? There's the puns, right? There's the puns. Puns are like a God gift, right? It's like a gift from heaven. It's like God is like, all right, humans, here you go, free jokes. Literally, it's free jokes. So use that, right? I also like to make stereotypical jokes, right? Like Asian. Sometimes, like for example, yesterday when I was going out, I met this girl named Morgan, right? And then she had a necklace that had her name on it. And then she told me that like I was like, what does this say on your necklace? She's like, oh, it's my name. I was like, what's your name? She's like, well, you can't see it. And I told her, well, I'm Asian and I can't, I have bad vision because I can't open my eye. It's because this is America, so there's a lot of different culture, so you have a lot to work with, right? So it's okay to be a little racist in like a funny way, right? But this is only like if you're actually not racist. But if you're racist, you should stay home, right? You should stay home. Um. Oh, and so in case there's like other people in the set, which there probably will be, like everybody's talking. Now you're actually talking to people, right? You're talking about you talking about each other, you're talking about stories, and then if these people are really cool, they will also crack jokes, right? So what you want to do is if they crack jokes, you want to laugh at everything, right? And this is not you being a people pleaser. This is you making other people feel good, right? What happens is like when you laugh at others people joke, it makes them feel good, and that also promotes them to speak more. It activates something in the brain, and then um they will be more likely to speak more, and then they will feel more likely to be connected to you, right? And then basically, this is very important stuff. This is something I picked up um, throughout the years, right? So everybody when they tell a story or when they try to tell a joke, they have their own rhythm, right? And then they have their own punchline, right? So you want to pick that, you want to pick up that, you want to pick up that like what is like this person's punchline. Usually, it's usually a change of tone. It's usually a change of tone. So if you pick up a change of tone, that means a punchline is coming soon. A punchline is coming soon, and you should be ready to laugh, right? And just have a good time, right? So number five, storytelling. I'm not going to go into too big of a detail because I really like to keep my video short. I'm not going to go too deep on storytelling, but basically, um, as long as the story itself is exciting, like if it's an exciting story and it's something that happened to you or something that happened to your friend, and then it's just a very exciting story, and you can just tell that, right? Just tell that story with a really good energy. Try to keep it under 3 minute, right? Try to keep it under 3 minute because the bar in the club is usually pretty loud, and unless it's a day game, unless you're doing day game, then you can do like a 20-minute story if you want, right? But as long as the story itself is exciting, then you're good to go. That will pump everybody's stake. That will make everybody laugh, and then it will just be a great time. Ooh, number six. This is actually one of my favorite. It's called mixing set. So basically, just go back to number one. This is how you become the challenge, right? For you to become the challenge, you talk to every girl in the club. So basically, now you kind of know everybody, and so basically, you pick out the one that you vibe with the most, and you can mix the set, and then you can introduce each other, right? And this shows a lot of value, right? This shows a lot of value, and then you should do that. Oh, and if you talk to a girl and like you guys kind of click, but you talk to another guy and then you feel like they will vibe even better. This is called code reading, right? So you meet a girl and you guys are vibing like 70%, and you meet another guy but you guys are vibing like 80%, and then you're like, well, hold on, but this guy and this girl, if they meet each other, then I feel like they will click and both of them have a really good time. Look, man, you're not just out there to get laid. You're out there to make sure everybody is having a good time. So if you can be like a matchmaker, then I don't see why not, right? I actually think that's kind of cute. Um, oh, number seven. This is actually kind of important, right? This is actually very important. You shouldn't act like you already know everyone. Um, because even though you're introducing yourself and stuff, but like honestly, you just act like you already know everybody. Like that's like it's like your club, right? Because you're host, you act like basically you're acting like you're host, and then you're just making sure everybody have a good time. So you act like you already know everybody. So you don't act like a stranger, right? Don't act like a stranger to anybody. And even though, and then because after all, we're all people, and then like we're all related to each other one way or another, and we all speak the same language. And then I just feel like there's no reason to act like you're a stranger. Like you just act like it's like technically like how different can we be? And like how different can we be? Like we can't be that much different. Ooh, number eight. Number eight, this is very solid outer game, right? Number eight is called vocabulary. I call this the vocabulary, right? So basically, if you're like a writer or if you're like in literature, then you have like a huge advantage over everybody else because you have a huge vocabulary base. And bitches love vocabulary. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why because I like them too, right? Who doesn't like vocabulary, right? Who doesn't like big words that's used in the right context, right? So, like I actually spend time and try to learn extra vocabulary. For example, my favorite word right now is nefarious, right? It means evil, it means wicked, and it just sounds like a really good word, nefarious, right? And um, I would just tell girl that. I would just tell them that like nefarious is my favorite word right now, and then we just talk about that. Um, so we'll do number nine and number 10 together, right? So the way you speak, um, number nine is timing, and number 10 is double entendre. So I'll combine both. For example, double entendre is like words like hard, wet, um, tight, you know, like these kind of words. So you can be like, wow, this table is really hard. You pause, right? You pause. This is called timing. You pause to build tension, and then you use a word to release the tension. And that's what, uh, you know, like this is what outer game is really all about. It's about building tension and releasing tension. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride, right? So that's like the really foundation. That's the really core of like outer game. It's just building tension, releasing tension, building tension, releasing tension, building tension, releasing tension, and eventually you guys just fuck, right? Because there's so much tension building in the air, right? And yes, I'm actually a virgin, believe it or not. I'm like the fucking most badass virgin in the world. I'm like a fucking virgin superhero. I'm like a fucking virgin superhero. And then 11. This one is really good. This one is very powerful. This is very powerful outer game, right? So basically, um, you create a personal universe with the girl. So to do that is either A, role play, two, purposely give her a wrong name, or three, give her a nickname, or simply D, all of the above, right? You can do all of the above. So what this do is there's a switch in people's minds, not just girls' minds. It's like once you role play, it's easier to get sexual, right? It's easier to get sexual if you're role playing. So like nickname is also work. Nickname is very good because if you're serious, if you're trying to be in like a serious frame, you can just talk to them in their real name. But then if you're trying to like be playful, then you just call them out with a nickname, right? It's like it's the vibe is automatically playful if it's like a wrong name or like a nickname or a role play. You get that? I think that makes sense, right? Because it's like the vibe in the frame is automatically playful, like right away, and then everything after that would just be playful. Everything after that, like this is how you start flirting. It's how you start flirting really, really smoothly and very, very naturally. So this is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite, and young Jedi's use them wisely, right? Number 12 is cause going meta. What going meta is a very it's the most powerful quote unquote technique. It's not really even a technique. It's just an meta is like an understanding of the universe. It's like an awareness. For example, if you open up a set and it was kind of awkward, um, you can just call it out. You can just be like, "Wow, that was really awkward. I'm kind of surprised," right? And then it will be okay. And then it will be okay because you're calling it out. And then that's really just what meta mean. Meta mean is like you're talking about what you're talking about. So it's meta is how you going meta is how you it's when you say like a risky joke or you like for like a stereotypical joke, you salvage it with like going meta. Just be like, wow, that was like really racist. Or you'd be like, wow, that was more racist than I anticipated. Excuse me. I apologize for that. You know? But I'm just joking. You can just be like, just you gotta make sure that like you gotta be joking with cool people, right? Like you really gotta be joking with cool people because when people take shit seriously, it's when you just gotta leave. Like if people start taking shit seriously, you don't like try to like argue or like reason with them. You just being like, oh I'm sorry. You just apologize and you just fucking leave, right? Like this shit is not for everybody. Like having fun is not for everybody. It's for people that's not in a serious mood. Like if you're in a serious mood, you should just stay home and do your serious mood shit, right? So having fun is not for everybody at that particular time, right? At that particular time, it's not for everybody. So to conclude this whole thing, we're gonna talk about frame, right? So the underlying frame that you using all of these technique of outer game to go outside, have fun, you know, meeting new people, just having a great time, is that you are a fucking boss, right? You gotta know that. Like if because you're taking action. If you're taking action, you're a fucking boss, right? Don't let other people tell you otherwise. You're a fucking boss. And you're there to try to make sure everybody have a good time, right? You make sure it's not just about you. It will never be just about you. You're trying to make sure everybody having a good time. So you're just a fucking boss, just fucking bossing it up and just make sure everybody's having a good time. So I hope that was helpful, and I'm gonna put the link of my first video in here. And I think honestly, I think these two videos are solid. It goes very solid together. So I think this is a lot of good content. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm actually gonna go out after this video. I'm actually gonna go to the sauna, and then I'm gonna meet up with my boy Jay, and then we're gonna go make some rounds. Right, we're gonna go talk to some girls. I might make more videos. No, I'm gonna make more videos. Right, and I love you guys. Thank you very much. Hope everybody have a blessed night. Have a great weekend.